This episode of the Rawder Kidula Show is brought to you by Poly Bakes. Fresh from the oven. Coming up on the Rawder Kidula Show.
Premature ejaculation. And it makes him feel so bad.
Like a failure.
So bad, like a failure. Because I was just starting, then it's over.
Yeah.
So that's another category. Now, there is another category we really talk about. It's called prolonged ejaculation. Wanaka. Anaka.
It's not a blessing.
This is the Rawder Kidula Show.
Hi there and welcome back to the Rawder Kidula Show. So glad that you're part of this community, part of the conversations, and I really appreciate that you are commenting, sharing, and supporting this ministry. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for, really? Please go ahead and subscribe. And if you are planning for a wedding or planning for a family photo shoot or any corporate event or even a product shoot, please consider JK Studios, the ones partnering with us even for this recording. The number is on your screen right now. Well, because and due to public demand, Carol, your health coach, is back. Yay! Yay. We need to celebrate. Have you been?
My God, I've been awesome. I thank God.
This is the last time we met when you had short hair.
You know, like when I didn't have the so again. Now look at me, I look different.
I know. Now.
But I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched our show like 2 times. It's like I was not there.
You know, yeah,
we are watching it like I was not there. And I'm like,
and we really laughed, right?
We had fun.
We'll try today to be serious and handle these serious matters with some seriousness.
Yeah, we will try. But up and above everything, we are friends. And we have a history. Yeah. And we are two happy people. We can't avoid it. We just can't avoid it. So I meet people on the streets and they expect me to have happy vagina oil in my oh my God
bag. Please, guys, for real. If we talk about any product here, check the first comment on this show. The first comment has all the numbers to all your shops and the website. They ask me,
oh dear,
where can I get it? Rhoda, can you bring for me? I'm like, okay, pole.
Ama nikufanye broker. Wow, that's good.
So it was really...
And thank you for visiting our shop.
Yes, I went to Kikuyu.
Yes.
And I met Jennifer. Oh, she's an amazing lady.
And on that same day, I told you, when you visited and you told me, you really blessed me. Like, that day I was having a very low moment, but then seeing you, I was like, yes!
Thank you.
So thank you so much. I have brought you the Nini for the books. I will, before we leave, the 3 books. I hope you got someone.
Yes, I got 3 ladies. Thank you so much for that as well.
Thank you. Your book has blessed us.
Thank you.
We had a pajama party.
Yeah, it already happened.
But we are going to do another one because our neighbors' daughters, they had the stories. So they're like, no. So guess what? They went and told their mothers, buy us a pajama. So our pajama was the ile ya mtoto,
romper.
Yes. So mpaka ya watu wazima. So now the neighbors, and I think I'll call you to our estate now.
Please,
you come in.
Now I have to come.
Because the book has been a blessing to us. So thank you so much.
Thank you too.
But I'm well.
So we are here now.
Here we are.
Again. And we have to begin with 2 questions that I got from our last show.
Okay.
Number 1, of course, is to do with the happy vagina oil.
Okay.
And someone was asking how frequent someone should apply because their gyna told them that it will interfere with the natural
the discharge that is coming from the inside.
Yes.
So it will interfere with the natural pH.
Yes.
Interesting.
So how frequent should I be putting it on every time I take a shower, in the morning, at night, every day?
I speak from my personal experience.
Yes.
From the day I met and fell in love with this oil. The same way I take care of my face. The same way I apply. You know, there's a place that we went the other day and ukiambia watu watoe hizo nguo wameparara places zenye hazionekani.
Yes.
So the way I apply my oil, this has become my routine. It does not mess up my natural pH. Why? Because I do not insert it.
Oh yes.
I do not insert it. So I'll apply in the morning. It's the same way I apply in the morning. I'll go and sweat and get my then I'll come and shower again. So me, I never interfere with the inside. So happy vagina oil for any lady who is listening to us, any man who is listening, tell them it's not for putting inside. So that's how it's not interfering with the pH. And the pH level is equivalent to the same pH that is in your vaginal area.
Okay.
Yes.
We are answered.
Yes.
And briefly, for someone who has, if you haven't watched our first show,
yes, you should.
We allow you to pause.
Yes.
And just go watch first.
Yes.
And you need to apologize. You were supposed to come with a vagina. You know, yesterday, I told her, please remember to carry a vagina.
It sounded so wrong.
That chat we should delete that chat.
Then I told her.
When she said, I don't have my vagina. I left it.
I gave it to someone. She went out of the country with my vagina.
Oh, and that is why she didn't carry. But
that's how I did not come with a dummy.
Yeah.
And I really, after we spoke, I really tried to even see online if I can get. I tried. I know I can go to the reproductive health centers, but they won't give it to me.
Yes,
they won't sell it to me. They won't give it to me.
You,
but next time I'll come with it so that we can learn more about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today,
the other question was what?
Oh, the first question was. The other question was a bit personal because you shared your story.
Okay.
And someone was asking, as a single lady, talking about sex all the time, doesn't it affect you? Especially for someone that we assume should not be having. How can a single person be an expert in sex? Yes. You are welcome. The person who asked that question, you are very welcome.
Goodness gracious, that I did not expect that because you should have prepared me.
Do you know how? Let me tell you how I answered him.
Yes.
Because it's a him. I told him it's like when you go to hospital and you. Actually, I told him when you go to court, the person who is defending a murderer hasn't murdered, but they're an expert.
Yes.
In murder cases.
In murder cases. So that does not make him a murderer.
Yeah.
Incidentally, and the truth and the fact of this matter is, one thing we need to know, especially maybe if it's a man who asked, I would understand.
It's a man.
Because women, sex begins from the mind.
Yes.
Hata unifanyie nini kama my mind is not ready. Imagine I'm not there. Yeah. For a man, it starts physical, then mental.
Yes.
So unless I allow myself to think about it, and for me, as I told you last time, is because I am very passionate about sexual and reproductive health.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about sex, I see it as sexual and reproductive health. Yeah, I don't see it like that sex the way, like those mahanjab. So until my mind rarely remembers what I'm talking about.
Okay,
yes.
We are answered. We are answered. So today we prepared to talk about, we're going to touch on men. So if you know any man, or you, especially if you're married, or you're a mother to sons, this show is for you.
Yes.
But I want us to begin with what we call libido.
Yes.
What is it?
Libido. Libido is when your mind thinks, have sexual thoughts, sexual desires, and then it tells the body, it sends the message from, you see all the hormones are delivered from the pituitary gland. So it will, if you have the thoughts and the fantasies and the dreams, it will send the message to the brain, and the brain will release the hormones that will make you feel the desire to have sex. So then when you have the desire, it will send the blood to the right places. Yes. And if it's a man, he will have an erection. If it's a woman, she will have, one day I'll teach you, even women get an erection, which is totally different from
No.
Yes.
Don't teach me. Don't teach me.
It's only that ours is not visible. But it's usually the same process.
Serious?
Because guess what? When God was creating, because he's not a stupid God, he gave men a body part called the penis. And he gave women a body part that the only purpose that it has on earth, when you are born to till the day you are die.
Yeah.
It's called clitoris.
Yes.
Its only purpose is to give you the sexual pleasure. Ainanga kazi ingine kwa hii dunia. And guess what? It has so many nerves. It has more than 4,000 nerves. It is so sensitive. And what you see with your eyes is not the size. The size goes inside and it looks like this. It is a big one inside there according to God's creation.
Yeah.
And that's why even women who have gone through the female genital mutilation, they can still have sexual desires.
Oh, it's not the clitoris that is...
Yes, it's just a small part. It has gone to the pelvic area. So we also have an equivalent of the penis. It's only that for men we can see, for women we can't see, but we go through the same process. The blood is sent to that part, it excites you.
But our process is slow.
Yes, our process is slower. And it takes more hormones than the men.
Okay.
That's the reason. So libido is when you have the thoughts, it sends the message, it sends the blood, you maintain that feeling, and then you go. Because there are others which it stops in the middle. They will they will fantasize, they will try to send the message, it will refuse. For a man, he will not have an erection. If he does, it is so there. Or there are other men who will tell you, honestly, I've thought about it, I really want it, but if there is no hormone that is being sent from head to down here, that is when we say a man has erectile dysfunction. Yes.
Before we get to the erectile dysfunction, because I also want to know how to deal with that, I've heard people say that their libido is
flat, is nothing.
Yeah.
One,
and it's like a serious thing.
Yes, it is. It is, because there's a man who, there are several men who, most of my clients are men. They feel easy to talk to me and they are open, and I don't know.
Wait.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because most men are looking, they don't have a safe place. And when a man shares with you his weakness, he thinks you will take advantage of the weakness.
Oh, yes.
Men are not meant to be vulnerable, but for me, they'll feel like it's a safe place. Even if I say, it's so hard when your husband, Aki kabisa, you've tried, you've done everything, and you're sharing with your wife, and your wife feels like, maybe he's not a man enough. Men are always scared of being not men enough. But sometimes I always tell a man, imagine a woman, when she loves you, she will take you the way you are. So usiogope. So there are so many men who come to my office and they tell me, if only there was like an injection that you would come up with. Because sometimes I really desire, and I know I will fail in the process. Nitaanza safari nishinde kufika ama ikose kuanza. So because I know I'll frustrate my wife, I will look for any other excuse. For Christians, they will pray. For Christians, they will
go for fellowship.
They'll go for fellowships. They will do silent treatment. They will look for a reason not to. When you see the wife really, maybe they'll, I'm in prayer. For the wife, maybe has higher libido, which I will explain the ages that have higher libidos. And then the man feels so bad, so he always creates something instead of saying, "I'm not able to." A man will never be able to say aki hapo siwezi. Instead ni anakataa. So, and for a woman, we are two women, you can say that, Rawder.
Wait, we have not concluded with the man.
Yes.
So what happens?
So
if someone is in that situation, is there a remedy?
And they come to me.
They come to you. It's not an instant thing we drink.
And that is one now why you see most men dying in hotels because of taking that blue pill, because they need an answer that is fast. But I always tell a man, when a man is experiencing low libido, it is caused by different reasons, and maybe we can look at the reasons. Number one, when a man is undergoing stress, any form of stress, and this is the biological explanation, a man needs a hormone called testosterone for him to have an erection and maintain it. So whenever you get stressed, you release a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol hormone, which is stress hormone. When the stress hormone is high, testosterone goes down. When testosterone is high, the cortisol goes down.
So my husband has never been stressed.
That's a good one. Maybe you are his stress reliever.
So
you are his stress reliever. And I want to answer. You see the way we have laughed about that.
Yeah.
I want to educate a man who is watching us.
Yes.
Maybe his testosterone is low and cortisol is high, but his medication, his answer could be his wife. But you keep running away from that wife. Imagine you can go with your wife and share and be vulnerable with your wife. And eventually after mmeongea, umeshare whatever it is stressing you, cortisol itaenda chini. And guess what happens? For women, it is the opposite. When we share, when our estrogen is low and cortisol is high, and we share with you and we bond with you, our estrogen will go high. So guess what will happen during sex? How beautiful it will be if you share. So men, please stop running away from your wives.
And wives, accommodate your husbands.
Yes, and wives, accommodate your husband so that we can raise the testosterone and the estrogen, and both of you will be very, very, very happy. So one is stress. And you realize there's a certain age that a man wants to build a house, the mother is sick, sijui the brother is going to school, you have all those things in your mind.
Yeah.
There is a likelihood that most men will experience a very soft erection. Because an erection is supposed to be firm and straight and ready for war. This is a soldier. It should be. But when it's soft, it will not be able to maintain to the end.
Yes.
So when a man goes through that process, he feels like he's not he's not good enough. So number 2 that affects your libido is your self-esteem. When a man is not feeling like himself, I know they will give us feedback. They will tell us when a man's self-esteem is low.
Fake accounts and comments.
Yes, please. When their self-esteem is low and they're not feeling like they're man enough. And unfortunately, in our African setup, we have made a man think that he's a man because he's able to provide 24/7.
Yes.
What about that day when there is no money? When there is no money for unga, what will happen? So does it mean that a man's ability and self-esteem is equivalent to money?
Provision, yeah.
It is not. You could also be providing emotional, spiritual, any other support. And sometimes we women, sometimes, if we can be very honest, as women, we would prefer to choose the emotional support more than
the physical.
Than the
monetary,
yes, the monetary. So when a man has low self-esteem because maybe of money, I would always tell you, it's not about the money. But now again, there's a group of women who've decided, if you don't have money, me story nimesikia juzi, I was like, Jesus Christ, Father, Lord, have mercy on us.
What have you heard?
I'm working with 3 gentlemen right now. Because when you come to me as Carol, your health coach, and I identify that you have a mental, physical, psychological problem, it's not a one thing. Me, I don't have a blue pill I'll give you. Instead, we walk through to the root cause. One of the cases is a gentleman who married this girl in church, a beautiful church wedding, my friend. Hey, alinionyesha picha. By the time he was marrying this girl, he was well up.
Yeah.
He was employed in a good company. He was doing well.
Financially stable.
Yes. So then he got the job he was working with. He took it sent him away to a better country, so better pay, better You know, things seemed to be looking up.
Yes.
And he worked extremely hard. When he's out, he'll come, and when he comes, he's like, is this the girl who I married? But he never saw that girl. This girl, every money that he sent, she bought houses, she bought land, she did investments, but in her name. Umeanza kuona danger.
Yes.
Then he goes, and unfortunately, because of the stress from the work, he got diabetes. When you get diabetes, before the end of the show, I'll connect you to why diabetes, hypertension, and low libido have a connection. So it means he was not able to sexually perform.
Yes.
And then he resigned his work to come and be with his wife. And the wife kept abusing him. And eventually the wife told all the employees he should never step in any of the businesses. And then he started sleeping on the other bedroom. Eventually the clothes were packed and they were put outside their bedroom. And it was locked. So this man is not performing. I know. Me, I was like, walala. I was like, unaniambia nini? Akaniambia, married a very nice church girl. But when my money went down, when I could not sexually satisfy her because I'm sick, she has called me any name that I can be called on earth. So I left my home. Guess what? That now is increasing the diabetes because of the stress. But eventually he has been able to, he's walking slowly and he's able to pick up his pieces. But I'm asking, how inhumane can one woman be? How can you be? Because someone is sick. So I have another case of a lady and a gentleman who they are also Christians. They are born again. They don't live in Kenya. They live abroad. And they are good. They are serving in church. But just because the man is not able to have an erection, she decides to be consoled by their neighbor. So she says they are not sleeping together, but she talks so much. On phone, they talk like even 20 times with the neighbor, who is their friend. And so this man's self-esteem is so low. He's like, am I good enough? Am I good enough? And so I'm asking, what is happening to us women when we are treating the men like this? And they are looking for a safe place. So a man is not equals to the amount of sex, to the amount of money, to where he came from. Because pesa zinaisha. Strength inaisha. Anything can happen. So the self-esteem. Find your, and that's why I love these programs when I see men being taught about the true masculinity. Just make sure you know where you are esteem, who you are first. Ukijiamini, hakuna mtu atakuangusha. So our boy child tumesahau hiyo. Number 3 that can interfere with a man's libido is any medication that he's taking. There's some medication, like for example, someone who is taking medication that has steroids, his libido will go down. There are some medication like the one for diabetes, for hypertension, there are so many different medications that can interfere. So if you're on many medication and you're not having a firm erection, then it means the medication is the one that is causing this. Number 4, the thing that can cause is obesity. Kitumbo. Kitambi. Tunasema ati huyo mtu ako sawa.
Actually, when we see a kitambi, we see progress.
Akona mapesa.
Money is coming.
Can I tell you from where I sit, what I see when I see a kitambi? Unfortunately, in my mother tongue, they say, the bigger the kitambi, the smaller the size of the penis. It's not me who said it. It's in my mother tongue that they say that. Who said it? I'm not the one who said it. So we need someone to confirm to us if it's true. I don't know. But kitambi
even I can't even start confirming
because you don't have any reference. That's a problem. Anyway, what I'm saying is let's work on
our weight.
Because think about it. An erection is when blood is sent to a certain organ for it to be firm. So if you are overweight, the blood is not flowing very fast and equally. So it will take long to have a firm erection, because when you have fat, zimejificha huko kwa, just work on the weight, when you work on the stress, you work on the self-esteem, you work on the masculinity and any medication you're taking, then you need to be active. If a man is having low libido, they need to get active. Exercise. Because guess what? When a man is doing intensive workout, he produces testosterone. Physically, you will produce testosterone. Testosterone makes you you will have adrenaline. Adrenaline ile inawafanyanga wakue hawaogopi kitu. Ile steam ile wanaenda gym wanaambiwa strong. That one will give you the psyche. So let's get moving. Number 5 and the last one and the most important is the diet.
What should they eat? That's what I'll watch and write notes. What should we cook?
We need to, one, when we always look at our forefathers, our grandfathers, I first want you to remember, if you found your grandmothers and your grandfathers, see what they were cooking, the traditional meals. These days we take refined rice, we take refined ugali, refined chapati, everything is and a man needs energy, but the good kind of energy. So give them one whole meal. Give them whole meals. Men, please eat whole meal. because ukikula ugali ya kisiagi hata wewe mwenyewe unasikia yenyewe. Number 2, hautakula kiugali kinakaa hivi kiugali kikubwa. You will eat and then itakaa kwa tumbo because you need energy. Men need that energy. Not because they are men, but also because their muscles are more active than ours. They are busy. Their muscles are more than ours. So they need more energy to break it down. Sawa. Number 2, men need seeds because they are carriers of seeds.
Examples of seeds.
Men are the carriers of the sperms. And for you to have quality sperms, you need to get seeds. So God, in his knowledge, in his wisdom, he created so many seeds to enhance men. Peanut, njugu karanga, unaona kuna almonds, kuna cashew nuts, kuna pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are very rich in zinc. Kuna iya watermelon, unaona watu wanakula alafu mnafanya tu chew tafuna. Kuna flax seeds, kuna chia seeds, kuna black seeds. Okay? But most seeds is where God stored the energy of producing a sperm and keeping it strong, because a sperm needs to be strong and be able to swim. Because when we will be looking at the sperm count, which is a different thing from erectile dysfunction, we will teach you how the sperm, the quality of the sperm and the size and the tail determines the fertility of the man. So if you need a good amount of semen, if you need
seeds,
your seeds, mbegu.
Are bean seeds?
They are legumes. They are legumes.
Sorry, biology.
So mwanamke pale nyumbani kuwa na kabakuli pale.
For seeds.
Kale ka seeds. Siaga. Weka pale kwa uji. Weka kwa ugali. Yes. Wacheni kupika ugali boring. Sasa nyinyi mko tu na ugali tu ati. It doesn't have to be wimbi or unga. Unaweza chukua pumpkin seeds usiage, uweke. Okay? Nice. You can do peanuts. Kama ni githeri unapika, weka siaga hizo seeds. Like those meals that you're giving him, ensure that they are enhanced.
Yes.
Okay? Because men need a mineral called zinc to produce this. Like there's a relation. Mi sijui nitatafuta board. Mi sijui nitakupeleka. Like nasikia kuchora.
You need to draw.
If a man has low testosterone, it means the zinc levels are low. Even when the prostate gland is swollen, how I heal it is through increasing the amount of zinc in his diet. So kama wewe ni bibi yako na unataka kupreserve prostate gland yake isifure after 40, feed him with the seeds. Number 2, feed him with roots. I really want to use an analogy sijui mimi ninafundishanga vile iko. Hizi miti tunaona hapa ndio ziweze kusimama straight na firm. Zimeshikiliwa na nini? Roots. So roots are very, very important. Mukombero. Mukombero iko hapa. Red maca is a root. Ginger, garlic, turmeric is a root. So men should focus on the roots and the seeds. Guess what? Naye Mungu ni mwerevu sana. Women should focus on the flower because we are flowers. We are the ones who produce. And then the leaves. So trees came to remind us how we should live.
I've been feeding my man with the leaves and eating the seeds.
I'm not saying that women should not eat seeds, but men should eat more seeds. And the frequency should be. So the roots, some of this, ukienda traditionally, I really admire the Asian community. Nashinanga nikisoma stories za China, Japan, Philippines, cause wanaonanga kwa kichaka wakitafuta roots. Mababu zetu wakucheza na roots and the bark of the tree. In my tradition, in my mother tongue, the tree called Moiri, Prunus africana. I think it's somewhere here. Prunus africana. That is the bark. The bark of the tree of Moiri. It is, right now as we speak, it is scientifically proven to treat and prevent prostate cancer.
To treat and prevent?
Yes. Prunus africana. So when it's the bark or it is the root, Oh, it is in my community. When you were growing up, if you have a stomach, unapewa majani ya prunas. Ukiwa na headache, prunas. Anything and everything. So just take the botanical name and go back to your roots. I'm sure you will find it in your mother tongue. Because this tree is indigenous and it's there and it's something that is helping so many men. Traditionally, our grandfathers, every homestead had a tree of muiri. These days, what I'm encouraging men to do is plant as many trees as possible. We need to go back to the trees because mukombero is a tree. Wachana na hiyo kwanza, hiyo ni kuna mukombero, it is, and then there's ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. So all this I need to put, like, how do I take I've made them so simple for you. They are powder. You just add powder to the uji or add to water. Mukombero and uji. It has a very nice taste. Yeah, I take smell. It. Yes, I also, even right now, before I came here, I had taken mukombera. So I can just put this in water? Yes, you can put in water. Before I came here, I took ashwagandha, mukombera. I took a wild cactus called dolo and another one called kanko. So you mix? So yeah, I just mix in hot water, drink. That's it. So mukombera, most people think it's a Viagra. It's not. White ginger. Yes, it's white. It's like it's in the family of ginger. Oh. Yes, it will help. It gives the man the energy to maintain an erection, continue with the journey until the end, so he lasts longer. And you said it's not a Viagra. It's not, because Viagra, what do you do? You measure, inakaa hivi. So utaka, but this one gives you the body energy. To feel good. So as ashwagandha. And ashwagandha, most women, I give women who are going through menopause, because when they're experiencing all those menopausal symptoms, they too. So I'm saying, let's go back to the roots. The roots. The seeds, the barks, and the seeds. And if you think about it, ukiwa bila kukua nini, God is very creative. Alikuwa ameamua Kenya alikuwa anafanya. So give him arrow roots. Their roots. Sweet potatoes, their roots. Cassava, their roots. Yam, their roots. Yes. Unaona venye Mungu alikuwa amepanga. Hizo unga unaweza chukua ukaushe, usiage. Kama haujui ni wapi utazitiaga, I'm sure you know where to find them. So history ya kuwapea ngano, wachana nayo, my friends. Chapati. If they have, and now the challenge with chapati, ukimpea hata shiba moja, so he'll take 4, 6. Wait, guy. 6 while we are cooking in the kitchen and 6 on the table. So imagine how we are doing. We are doing a very big injustice if you have to take chapati not so often. So hii ugali unimempea ni refined, mchele ukimpea ni refined. So they are simple sugars. When they go into the body, the digestion takes very fast, spikes the insulin. Mtu anachoka, una sweat, alafu after that energy inaisha. So akifika pale hana nguvu. Na mimi naambia wamama hivi, this is now a message for the married women. Married women. If you have never lived in a homestead with a cow, I want you to visualize this. When we were growing up, we had cows. When you want to take the cow to the, I'm thinking in Kikuyu, Joku. Where the milking place. No, not mating. Oh, you. We'll get to that. When you need to go and milk a cow, you don't just wake up and go and start milking. You have to warm the water. Yes. You have to have a katawel. You have to have a tumafuta. And you have to prepare the cow. Yes. My mother used to even sing, I'ma have a radio for one of our cows to soothe it. Yes. So women, as much as we are complaining our men are having erectile dysfunction, imagine we can help them. How? Usiende kama sisi ni, I'm assuming men ni kama ng'ombe. Okay, no, I'm not saying men ni ng'ombe. I'm assuming it's like you're going to milk this cow. Yes. Feed the cow well. If you don't give him the right food, how will he function? Number 2, sini nyinyi mnafundishangwa na tunawafundisha pale bedroom kakitamba tumaji moto kubembeleza. Hey, Roda. Sasa unataka kusema hakuna? No. I struggle with maji moto. Not showering. Not showering. Vile tu unaenda kwa milking cow, unaibembeleza, kwanza unailisha, tendeleza mtu. Kama unataka kurudishie. Wait, what am I doing with the maji moto? Si, sasa kwani ukimaliza si unasaidia. Oh, that is after. Yeah, that is after. Oh, like, take care of him. But the cow is before. Me, I'm going with the But even after you clean the titties. So we are just, I'm saying, the same amount of care.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes we assume sex is for men. Most of the time, most women will tell you sex is for men.
Yes.
No, but if you want him to give it, even a man with an erectile dysfunction, when he's treated well, imagine itamka. Lakini agoje, kuna mtu anasikianga anafundishanga anaambianga watu, please usiwahi tukana mwanaume na the size of his penis ama na his ability, sexual ability. Atajidharau maisha yake yote, na ni ukweli.
Okay.
So diet is very, very
Oh, we are talking about diet. You've just left me with a million questions.
Mind yako iko.
You've taken me to the cow. I'm not even done with the cow. We are here. But what you've said is important.
Yes. Feed. If you want quality sperms, quality semen, and maybe not even quality sperms and semen, if you want quality sex. With man, and you want him to satisfy you, bembeleza yeye with the right diet. Encourage him to do some exercise. Sisemi muende mukakimbiza wanaume, but once in a while play around the house. Basi ya sweat, afanye exercise ndio atoe testosterone.
And you've said we should not mock his performance.
Don't.
And ridicule.
If you do it in wisdom. That's why women will have wisdom.
With wisdom. Don't ridicule. If you want to correct, how do I correct with wisdom? I know we are now from your area. We've
to the other area. All of those are
your areas
because I deal with couples,
men
yes,
couples.
And men share so much.
How do I tell a man that he is not performing?
As a woman, you know you're a man, first of all, and you know when. How approach is first of all when
timing.
Awezi gojea saa yenye tu ako pale amejitolea amekanyanga gia ndio ameka number 4 alafu naambia hata unajua ufanyangi vizuri awezi fanya. You cannot, you should not. So wait, do, encourage, but also men don't like to be corrected directly. Instead teach him like this. Tell him, be vulnerable. The best weapon a woman has is being vulnerable. When you are vulnerable, and vulnerable does not mean cry, because kuna wengine pia na vulnerable is I really appreciate, and there's nothing that makes a man feel good like bringing out the hero's instinct first. I really appreciate you are such a dad, you are such an amazing husband, and hapo katikati unafanya kama panya, unauma na unapuliza, lakini ningependa upunguze
hapa this area,
yes. Alafu pia unaweza gojea when you are there, show him.
Okay.
And by the way, men appreciate when you show him what makes you happy.
Okay.
Because my happiness is not his happiness. And most men do what they hear
and think.
Walisikianga huko ama waliambiana huko. They never remember to ask you, by the way, nini nakufurahishanga? So men, please start asking.
Ask.
Na, pole ama usikize uone nikimtekerenya anachekanga vizuri.
Like if someone has been doing something for 5 years and you've never, then you tell them, but all these 5 years.
Yeah, it's like you keep going. And that is where we need to change. Alafu and why it was like that, it was because African society made sex to be satisfying a man and not a woman.
Yes.
So a woman who speaks out her emotions, and that's why it's even very intriguing for most audience to start seeing me as a woman talking about sex. A woman was never meant to talk about her feelings, her thoughts. She was supposed to sit there and satisfy the man.
Yes.
But we are in a different era. We have feelings, we have hormones, things are happening in us and all these things. So for erectile
that
dysfunction.
is for men.
Yes.
So erectile dysfunction is libido.
It is libido, and it has different stages.
Okay.
Kuna mtu kabisa hana erection. Kabisa.
And is there hope?
There is hope.
Okay.
When first we identify why.
Why?
Like for example, I think the last weeks I had 2 diabetic men. But when they came, we started talking and they really got vulnerable like wanakwambia and we sort out, we cry if he has to cry, like let out hiyo shida ilianzia wapi. Tell me how it feels. Then after we start the journey, I clean with the diet. I have a diet for someone who is sick, diabetic, whatever it is that you're going through. After the diet, the third, fourth day, I introduce now these are roots.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
It's called his erogenous.
So you introduced
what I have mixed here are 1, 2, 3. I've mixed several roots and then fruits that are necessary to help him start getting the energy, the body energy that he needs. So si ati naanza kumfanyia. So there is hope for a man who is willing to talk. The problem is they only come to the shop and they say, ilo dawa ya nini? Hasemi exactly. You see, my problem can be ile kitu Karo alisema. Alafu anazunguka, mwingine hata anakuja na kununua kombucha, happy vagina, chocolate, eventually alikujia hii. So tuko na Strongman Wonder Pack ama his erogenous depending na stage ya hiyo. So kuna huyo mwenye hana erection kabisa, there is hope. Then kuna mwingine akona erection but iko soft. Kuna mtu aliniambia, kuna mama alikuja kwa ofisi yangu akacomplain, akaniuliza anaweza fanyia bibana yake nini? Kwa sababu penis yake akijaribu every time they are trying to have sex ni kama utambi ya stove.
You know, I'm not going to laugh. Guys,
no, I had not heard such a statement. The way she said it, like aliniambia tena lazima afanye hivi venye mtu alikuwa afanya stove because it's very weak. The blood vessels are not getting. So hiyo ni stage nyingine. That person will not treat them like ule mwenye hana erection kabisa. I knew you would.
We are trying today.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Then there's another one.
And you know now, I'm just thinking of what you said, esteem. This man already, his self-esteem is low.
Chini. Imagine what, by the time this wife was coming and she was so frustrated. It was like, what can... Ni kama utabi ya stuff aki. I could not laugh, but then eventually we laughed about it because I was like, sijawahi fikiria utabi ya stove, honestly. Then there's another one who will get an erection, but just before he starts the journey,
gone.
Anamaliza. Before tuende kuingia, hiyo ni premature ejaculation. So ako ameenda kuingia and it makes him feel so bad.
Like a failure.
So bad, like a failure because I was just starting, then it's over. So that's another category. Now there's another category I've interacted with the past like 3 years, which is we rarely talk about, is called prolonged ejaculation. Wanaka. Anaka.
It's not a blessing. Anaendelea. Safari yaishi. Anaenda. Ana bruise mtu. That is every man's wish and desire. No.
Because there are like 3 I worked with now, and it's so frustrating. You are still going.
Yeah.
You're not finishing, but you're not going down. So umebruise huyu msichana, ushaisikia msichana amepotea kwa honeymoon. Ni kuona vitu kama hizo. So there's prolonged ejaculation, and eventually like there's one who I met who ameenda 30 minutes, 20 minutes, like ameenda 30, ameenda 40 minutes na bado I ejaculate, eventually hata ejaculate. So atabaki tu bado with a firm penis. Yes.
And there's hope.
There's hope for everyone. And then I would want to demystify one myth. People think that when you have erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation that you're infertile. You are not. Impotency and low libido is not the same thing.
Okay.
When you have low libido and you can't maintain erection, or you have premature ejaculation, you can still produce sperm that will swim in like a second like this, and it will still impregnate a woman. Most impotent men, they have an erection, they have semen, but there are 3 things. He can have semen without sperms. That's when we say it's blank. There's blank shot, nothing, zero. Akienda kwa microscope, atuoni kitu. Then kuna mwingine anatengeneza sperms, but they are weak. They are drowsy. They are just like this. They are not able to swim. Then there are others who have sperms without tails. How will they swim?
Oh, they can't swim. How do you do? No, I can already see how you can help the one with weak sperms.
Yes.
To make them maybe swim faster.
Yes.
The
I
one
can also
without-
help even the one
Without?
without now there's nothing I
there's
can
nothing
do.
you can do.
If at all, kabisa.
Yeah.
And most of those men, they were born like that.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe no one ever really took time
yeah.
until that
They're
time.
married, now
but
they
then
want
the
children.
one with even this without the tail, with the right diet, with the right help, imagine the tail comes back.
Ah.
Yes, even low sperm count, it comes back, and I use roots and I use seeds.
For low sperm
Yes,
count.
yes, it's the same thing as women. When we have low, when our ovum is not ready, we can always work on it. But caution and disclaimer: I don't have an instant answer.
Oh, yes.
I have to work with you slowly and be able to understand the intensity and the root cause of that problem.
Yes.
Because zinaweza sababishwa na vitu mingi. There is a gentleman who I worked with 6 years ago. He had an accident at 36 and he was told he will never have an erection because ilipata spinal cord.
Yeah.
He felt so bad, he even moved away from the wife. Like anaenda kuanza biashara na huko outside town ati ndio sikuwa naona bibi yake ana feeling vibaya. We walked through the journey for 2 years. The day he got an erection, he was so happy. And guess what? Their son is now 5 years. They gave birth.
Imagine.
And what had been called off, it became back. And now they are good. They are testimony. They usually share that story.
So it's a journey.
So
it's
it's
not
a
instant,
journey.
just put this in tea
Yes.
and everything is...
Yes. And also very mental.
Yeah.
Extremely mental. Erectile dysfunction needs to come from, we need to solve it from the head.
The mind.
But there's hope.
There's
hope. A lot of
now,
hope.
When I hear about erectile dysfunction, low libido,
Yes.
I imagine a man. In my mind, I see a man. Does it affect women?
Yes. Kwanza, it has affected women more than men. It's only that for men, they can see.
No, wait. You said it's like the same thing.
Yes. A woman will have the thoughts, the desires, and then will send the hormones, and she'll feel the excitement of wanting a man. But then there's a woman who will never have the thoughts. She will never feel anything. She's just there. So what happens is when a woman thinks about it, desires, she's touched, she hears something good, she's ready for the man, she gets the cervical discharge that is slimy to allow the man to be able to go in.
Yes.
So a woman who is experiencing low libido, they have they have dry vagina. So even when a man is trying to get there, it's dry. Is dry.
But we are always given something in baby shower.
What are you given? I don't know. I've never been Tell me.
Some gel. Some gel that I still have.
To help with them, to help the man go in, but he's supposed to go in naturally.
Yes.
So
now when it doesn't come naturally, there's a gel we are given in bridal showers in case you need it.
I also have that oil. Not that gel.
Not
For me,
gel.
I don't use gel. I use an oil
natural oil
from natural oils. So the oil is meant to come in as an emergency. Ni kama kwenda casualty.
Yes.
By the time
like it's not working, here is the oil.
Here is the oil.
Not a daily thing.
And the oil does not sort out the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Physically, you will think it has sorted out because he feels it's easier going in. But in the woman's mind, Alisha, and you see, for us women, when we were starting, I told you, women get sex comes from the mind first, sends the message, sends the hormones. We need a lot of preparation. I always give an example. Actually, ours comes from the heart. When the heart is not there, sisi ni kama electric cooker. You switch on, you wait. You think there's nothing happening. Goja iwake. It is red in color. Jaribu kuguza.
You'll burn.
Even after you're done cooking and everything, you switch it off. Again, it takes long. Why? Because God, in his wonderful creation, a woman's orgasm lasts 40 minutes.
I will not comment. No, I refuse to comment. 40 what?
Yes.
How? I thought an orgasm is an event. It's like
now for us, we are so gifted that we get the feeling before the event, during the event, and after longer than men. Men is just.
Then my definition has been wrong.
It has been. Because what is an orgasm? We will talk about the orgasm. Let's not jump, because if we start on orgasm.
Okay, we are still talking about the woman.
For a woman
who has low libido.
Okay, I was saying a woman is like an electric cooker. And men, you need to know that. Because there are men who just come anaturukia kama baiskeli ya kuiba, ameenda. No, it doesn't work like that. Which one?
A quickie. It does not need...
I don't know. I would love the women viewers to tell us
if
it has any effect on them. Because most women, we don't like it, but it's okay.
The quickie is for the man.
Yes, and also for the adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
Adrenaline is when you're like, oh, mahanja. Adrenaline iko juu. So you can, you're doing it so that you can...
For him.
To satisfy the adrenaline.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and most quickies, they happen in the most weird, complicated places. Why? Because of the adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wacha tujaribu kitu. Like, yo, what's up? Remember, men are very... their adrenaline levels are different from ours. So, men, we appreciate you, but sisi hatunanga effect sana. Because, so for a woman, you need to prepare her and also give her time after.
Yeah.
After.
Don't just wake up.
And guess what? After an orgasm, a woman, that's why women want pillow talk.
Oh, yes.
A woman releases estrogen, oxytocin, serotonin, melatonin. She's happy, she's
you're releasing
in love.
That, the man is sleeping.
Ay, amelala, my friend.
You just stay there releasing all those things.
All those release, they want him.
Yes.
But God made sure the man sleeps so that the sperms can get to where they were supposed to go.
But now what about these things we are releasing? Pillow talk.
Sasa zinapotelea, unapata mwanamke amekasirika.
Yeah.
Because your estrogen at that moment, and why a man sleeps after is because after he releases like this and he ejaculates, and there's a difference between ejaculation and orgasm for men. Yes.
No.
Yes, there is.
Every time I come for this particular show, I'll be coming with a pen and paper because I'm just feeling like I have questions.
Yes, the moment he releases, testosterone goes down like, and he becomes a woman. His estrogen goes up. Oh. That's why the evil women, they take advantage of a man.
And you take the phone.
Hapo ndio hapo ndio unamuuliza utaninunulia shamba, utanifanyia hii. So because God knew we will take advantage, anamfanya alale. God ni smart sana. But naturally, and that's now I'll tell a girl who is watching us.
Yes.
And these girls, when you are young, you meet this boy, and you think you're in love. Then you go and have sex.
Yes.
Then he ghosts you. Then you are wondering, is it me? It is not you. It was not you. It is because after he did that, he woke up. Before that, he was not thinking. He was using his here, not here. Then he woke up and like, I did not want to do that. Then he runs away. And then the girl is left there feeling her self-esteem. Oh, it was me. No, it was not you. It is their structure. And he's going away to go and refill the testosterone. If a married woman will be very honest with me and tell me, most married women, whenever after you have sex with your husbands, the following day, he might pretend to be very busy and he'll keep away a bit to refill the testosterone. He needs a refill.
Busy but happy?
Yeah, he's happy, but he feels too vulnerable. So he'll have to look for something that will raise the testosterone back.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, now we know.
So akimaliza anakuanga na umama. So he will always run a bit kidogo to just to refill the estrogen. The same way even you, when your estrogen is low, you have no libido, ama you have no sexual feelings, you will need him to tell you sweet things so that it can go up. Ama he will touch you. Because for us, estrogen comes up when you touch us and there are specific areas. Kuna watu nilifundisha nikauliza, kwa nini unafikiria Mungu aliweka ndevu ya wanaume hapa? Mbona si akutupea ndevu? Mimi nasemanga watu wanasemanga kuna Mungu. God is the best architect on earth. Think about it. Why do men have beards here?
I don't know.
Why? Mbona iko hapa? Na mbona sisi hatuna?
Tell me. Now I'm very curious.
Okay, my analogies are usually very interesting. Just think about it. Especially when you're getting intimate with someone, most of the time his beard will come here. Not most, all the time. Unless even when it's short. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to
his beard will come here.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
This part.
Yes.
For a woman, this is the most sensitive part. This is where most of your sensory nerves are here. And we like hearing good things. For men, they like seeing good things. For us, we want sweet nothings. Because we are very sensitive. Jaribu tu Jackson akikuja ukimhug. Wacha hizo ndevu zipitie hapa usikie.
By the time this show airs.
Fanya experiment kuja uniambie. But the beard was meant, and also to remind us he's masculine.
Yes.
Ukigwaro na hizo ndevu, they are meant to make you wow. And it makes you so feminine. And you feel like attracted to him. Kwa nini lion anakuanga na...
What about the men who don't have ndevu?
I have a beard oil for them.
Oh, God.
I was not supposed to laugh. Cause
no, you're not supposed to say you have a beard oil for them.
No, I have a beard oil.
You do?
Yes, I do.
It makes
for
them
growth.
grow?
Yes.
Can it be applied to a 1-year-old?
No.
So that in
mtu
future...
akona testosterone. One year old hana testosterone bado. Testosterone ndio inafanya apate ndevu, na ndio maana wanawake siku hizi wanapata wengi sababu wako na hormonal imbalance. Juu testosterone iko juu. Okay. So you apply when you have testosterone and then the beard will grow. Sasa lakini so Mungu aliumba tu mwanaume akwe, so akwe na ndevu. Ukiona hana ndevu, hana testosterone mingi.
Okay.
I'm not saying twende tukiangalia wanaume wetu ati
we stop looking around. But you
get the point.
Grow.
Yes, when you have testosterone. But you get the point. Women develop beard mostly during menopause due to testosterone iko juu. So men are meant to have beard because of the testosterone. But the beard was meant to make us feel... I'm talking now about the sex aspect.
Yes.
Even when this part... When we hear good things, tukibembelezwa, tunakuanga, estrogen inaenda juu and we want more sex. So bembeleza mtu wako bana. Tulisema wanawake wabembeleze na vyakula na nini, na nyinyi tubembelezeni.
Say good things.
Yes, and a women can tell us, we are two women. When a man listens to you, when a man allows you to be vulnerable, you feel so... Even your vaginal discharge will just naturally come.
Yes.
Just
they
listen.
have no idea the power.
And we have 21,000 words to talk in a day. Munataka tuzipeleke wapi?
Salute.
But you see, when we bond with other women, it's not the same. We want you, man. We want you to just hug us and just hold us and all these things. So a woman who is experiencing low libido, it is here. The same way a woman will be having sex. Alikuwa too comfortable. Akumbuke tu mbuzi haijafungiwa ama akumbuke mlango haijafungwa. Bas, anakuwa dry. Kabisa. Anasahau.
Or the man says the wrong thing.
Yes. Ama mwangalie tu hivi akumbuka ulinikosea siku fulani. Hiyo story by the tumemaliza. Why? Because for us women, it is moment. So even when a woman comes to me with low libido, I start with the mind. And I will tell you for sure, there is no man who gives a woman an orgasm.
What?
There is no man, even if he's a miracle worker, who can give a woman
an
orgasm. Yes.
We give ourselves.
Yes. But you're not giving yourself, he's helping you. You are opening up the mind.
Oh, yeah.
You're just unlocking. When a woman switches off when she's having sex, gone. when she switches
my mind
on,
has to be there.
hata kama hata mwangalia, like your mind is there, you're like, okay, I open the doors. And that's why most women don't know what an orgasm is, because they are not trusting enough to open all the doors and say, it's okay, I'm ready to release. Because a woman's orgasm opens up every muscle, every tissue. That is why women will glow. A woman who is having good sex, you will know she will be happy. She will be, alafu atashinda tu aki.
I'm not supposed to be glowing when my husband is.
No, but you see, remember he's there and you always remember me. Ukiswitch tu kidogo hivi. Hizo hata ndio mingi sana.
No.
Si labda wengine wananiambianga wana fake ndio amalize haraka. Kama huo akona prolonged ejaculation bana, si uta fake. Ama amekukosea na amekuja amekufanyia hivi bedroom.
You fake so that you move on.
Amalize mwenda kwenye mnaenda. Why? Because when a man sees that he has satisfied a woman, ana feeling, yeah, I'm a hero now. He's ready to ejaculate.
Oh. So for people who fake orgasms, their husbands should never know. To be safe.
But they will never know. A man will never know when a woman fakes. If we were called for a women's summit, if we were called for a summit and we were told, women, please, before God, simameni wenye mmefake, many will stand up.
Can we move on? Leave women alone. What else causes low libido for a woman?
Hapa wameguswa. But every woman will tell a story anyway. Men, you will never know. You never know when it's true.
But I'm thinking you should know.
They don't. They can't know.
If you're keen enough, it's because you've said at that point also they don't think.
Yes.
But if they were keen enough, someone should know how real and fake feels like.
Atafikiria, you know, now as a woman has like 3 or 4 orgasms, so atafikiria it was this one, maybe it was this one.
You didn't explain. You explained the 40 minutes.
Yes.
It's before, during, and after.
Before, during, and after. Actually, after the muscles are still working. Like the excitement and the process and the opening up of the muscles continues after, and that's why she's happy.
So,
and you're kulala immediately.
An orgasm is not just the 2 minutes where you feel like you're in heaven.
Yes. But before the 2 minutes, kuna kasafari.
Yes.
If a woman can be very honest with you, atakwambia kanakuja.
It's a whole journey.
It's a whole journey.
So
and
the
even
entire
after,
journey is called an orgasm.
Yes, and even after, there is.
So what's the name of this 2 seconds?
Climax, like
it's a climax of the orgasm.
Okay. It's the plot. It's like
go back to low libido.
Like that is there. 9th cloud.
Yes.
Then you start coming down slowly. Now for men they do shwa. Sisi tunakuchanga tuko. We are the queens. So yeah, I just did it. Oh yeah. And you're celebrating yourself like, oh yeah, I just did that.
Yes.
Anyway.
You've just given us one reason why women have low libido.
The mentor.
Yes.
Number 2, if a woman is going through, of course, after birth, the hormonal changes.
Yeah.
After birth, but I'm not saying every woman.
Not every woman, yes.
Because even pregnancy, there are women who will not want their husband. Then hormonal changes. Let's call them hormonal changes. Hormonal changes can come when someone is pregnant, after birth, menopause, postmenopausal. That there's a certain area. There's a certain time when the hormones are just messy.
Yeah.
Number 3, of course, our cycle is totally like. During ovulation, you want sex like uko slippery already.
Yes.
Jaribu kuguza mtu kabla, just before the periods. Hata sikia nataki.
That is hormones, for everyone?
Not for everyone. The hormones will change. There are even people who want to have sex during their periods. I don't know. It's them. Everyone have their own. So the cycle, as a man, know the cycle of the woman.
As Caro.
Yes.
Sex during periods. As Caro. Advising Rawder is in your office. Rawder is in your office. Now the cameras are off. Thank God the cameramen have gone very far. Rawder is in your office asking you genuinely, what do you think about it?
If you're comfortable with it, go ahead.
If the two of you are comfortable.
Yes, if the two of you are comfortable. That's go ahead.
Okay.
But for a man who always wants sex when you're on your periods, you need to be very careful for it not to be a psychological problem. There are people with psychological problems, and that time when you're bloody and it's smelling blood, that's when they want, because they want to be rough, because they were maybe abused when they were young, or maybe they have the murderer's blood in them, you know. So be careful.
Yeah, why
he always wants when you're on your periods. There are people who just want blood.
So when you're in a period, now you'll go washing.
I don't know how I don't know how they do it.
Let's move on swiftly.
God, yeah.
So it's
so
mental.
If they are comfortable, that's okay. So it's mental. Then if the hormonal changes, which can happen either during the month, during the pregnancy, menopause, or after.
Yeah.
Number 3, if a woman is taking medication, just like men, a woman, especially women taking hypertensive medication, they get through that. Women who are on family planning, there are some family plannings methods that take away the libido naturally, because it is meant to inhibit conception. So they over inhibit.
So when you come to your office, you'll ask me, Rawder, are you on family planning, and which one are you using?
Yes. Because every family planning method has its own effects that we rarely talk about. Number 4, obesity. A woman who is not moving, is just there.
Lack of exercise.
Huko tu unakula tu vyakula hivi. Then the other something that can inhibit a woman's libido is, of course, even self-esteem. If a woman is not comfortable with her body, there are women who tell me they can't have sex with their husbands when they are lights. They have to switch off, and it has to be very dark. And then they don't remove all the clothes. Anasaidia, anapanua kando, anamwambia sasa. Because she's not comfortable with her body at all. Her body.
Her body. Now that is Rawder
herself.
It's Rawder's body. Rawder has issues with her own body.
Yes. I keep telling women, even myself, I keep reminding myself, because I'm a woman, when you have an insecurity, when you come to one of the women retreats, I'll invite you to one of our women retreats, and we have a session where you stand in front of people and they guess what your insecurity is. You'll be shocked. Very few people see your insecurity. What do you think
my insecurity is?
We can do that. We can. But it's very important. Off camera, we'll do that.
Okay.
But then also, you need to have a session and say, what is your best part of you?
Of me.
But don't tell others. Then let them guess.
Okay.
You will be shocked. What do you think people see? Imagine they don't see that. So each time, if I'm thinking I'm fat and I have a husband, and every morning I'm telling her, nimenona. Eventually, do not
want to see him talking to anyone slim.
Utasema anamwongelesha kwa sababu nimenona. And if you
we cry while saying it.
If you keep telling him umenona, imagine eventually ataona. So whatever insecurity that is that, and maybe he likes that. I had a couple that I was working with, because the girl stayed for almost 5 years, hataki kuzaa after my wedding. Because anasema, I don't want to be staki kunona. And then the husband, like sometimes you come to my office and I have to separate you, then bring you together, so that you can also. And this man tells me he can't understand why she's not giving birth, and the lady had already told me hataki kunona, ndio bwana yake asimwache. Then when we were talking with the husband, he tells me, yani mimi plump ladies, yani kai wananifurahisha. And I was like, oh my goodness. So when we had now this sitting, and the lady understood how much he likes the plump. Hey, sai wako na watoto 5. And now she got some alipata tuchiki. Now he's happier. Because for him, everyone has a fantasy. And maybe what you think it is.
So if you have a fantasy, why do you marry someone? Or you're hopeful the future holds?
That's another conversation that is very hard. Because
if I like
most
dark
men tell me,
why should I get married to a light skin?
Most men. Most men. They tell me, one, the person they married is not who they thought they would marry.
Most, yes.
Or who they expected they would marry. And most men think they choose wives. I want to look into this camera and tell a man, you never chose your wife. She chose you. We are the ones who choose who we want. We just play along.
We don't choose each other.
We play along, no. Wewe ulikuwa na watu walikuwa nakutaka, but you chose that one person.
Yes. Pia yeye, the ladies wanted him and he chose me.
Somehow, men think they chose us. No. They did not. They do not.
That one will continue.
Kama mwanamke hataki hata ufanye nini, hayuko hapo.
But
a man anaweza persevere na ajiforce, akupush. How many men pushed before you got married? Wengi, lakini ulikuwa tu but huyu hata alifanya tu, ulikuwa umejua by the way before propose, ulikuwa unajua, alikuwa unajua utamu. Na hata kama angejaribu kwenda ungejua venye utarudisha, because women are the ones naturally how God created us to choose the seed that we want.
Okay.
Even in my mother tongue there is a vocabulary for that, because we are the naturals.
Teach me.
We are the naturals.
You should be teaching me one word every show. One word.
I will teach you. It's you who will nurture.
Yes.
So as a nurturer, you know, I want the quality of this. This is the quality I want.
Quality.
But we always lower our ego and we play along. Alafu bibi akifika kwa nyumba anasema huku kwangu na hakuna kitu ako nayo. Anahamia kwenu na anakuja anasema watu wetu.
Yes.
My mother. Na anahama na anasahau kwao because he chose you. Kama haja kuchagua hataka.
Interesting.
Mwenye alijiforce, cause kuna now there's a difference, cause pia kuna mwanamke alijiforce juu ya pesa, juu ya jina, juu ya nini hataka. Na atakuwa very frustrated. You did not choose him. Yes. When you choose him, whether he die, whether he is a cripple, whether he has money, whether he has none. Kama ni mbegu yake ulikuwa unataka kama hautapata mtoto, it is okay, you will have chosen him.
Hey, you said oh sorry. that one is like I'll go home thinking about that. Yes. I've never actually thought about it that way. You said for us to boost our libido we need flowers and
the leaves and the fruits.
Flowers, leaves and fruits,
because we are bearing the fruit. We are bringing forth the fruit. So for women, it is the best fruit that we should take is what I talked to you about last time. The fruit of the cocoa fruit.
Oh yeah,
the cocoa fruit. Yes, exactly. This before I came here I was with my mom and she was so low. I just made her some very nice original cocoa. I have the original cocoa.
Original cocoa.
Cocoa, not the one we buy in the supermarket. Yes, that one I get directly from the farmer. I just gave her, and after some few minutes she was happy because it has magnesium concentration.
Can I put this in tea?
Yes. But now this one, there's no need. It's too fermented. But you can also melt it. My daughter ferments it. You go to my YouTube channel, you'll find us eating it when it's fermented. Not fermented, melted.
Melted.
Yes. So the fruit that gives you the happiness and the joy, most of the fruits will have the vitamins, and most of the fruits will give you the right amount of fluid that you need, because remember you need a lot of fluid. You need cocoa to boost magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral that accelerates the happiness, the serotonin, the melatonin, the oxytocin. So when you eat the cocoa fruit or the chocolate, you feel happy. And then you release the discharge. That's how the original dark chocolate helps a woman enjoy sex, and yet alikula hakupaka. It just triggers the hormone to be sent here, and happy hormone. Avocado.
You told me.
Avocado. We will have a whole show on avocado.
Yes, that one.
We will do that. The hibiscus flower. The pink one. We don't have it here, but it is there.
This is green tea.
That's green tea. The guava leaves. Guava
leaves.
Yes. Incidentally, guava leaves even helps shrink the prostate gland. Guava leaves inafanya nywele inamea.
Tell me you have powdered them.
I don't have it powdered. I have it in its original state, just sun-dried. So guava leaves are
how
very
do
good
I
for
take
a woman.
them? Because I know I'll
You put
go to
in
your
hot
shop.
water. You put in hot water.
I put in hot
you
water.
just drink it as a tea.
And I remember when we were young, we used to eat the leaves.
Yes.
So we were doing something really important. We did.
Sasa tulisahau hizi vitu zote. A woman should also be, like even the prunas. You can take the leaves. What else can I? A boiled egg. It is rich in estrogen. It will help you raise the estrogen. A boiled egg. Green tea. Green tea raises the estrogen.
Can I add anything to the green tea to make it sweeter?
Yes. Okay. You can add what? What do you want to add? Purple tea. You can add hibiscus. You can even make your green tea and then add your probiotic and take it together.
Okay.
So apple, even the apples, the bananas. I forgot about the men.
Oh yes. You told us
when
about
you're taking the fruits. Yes, we talked about watermelon.
Yes.
When you're taking the fruit of a banana, it looks like what? Yes. So if you want to add your libido, banana. Yes.
Okay. For men.
Mungu alikuwa na njia zake za kutuambia you guys, you can see.
I just made it look like this.
Yes, and for us, the women, the small one, the small banana, the small sweet banana. It also helps us.
Now I know. Now I'll be feeling so guilty buying bananas.
No, it's good to give you phosphorus. So here I have now her erogenous package. Yes. I have the powder of this chocolate, and it is here.
Oh, the powder is here.
It is inside here. Together
you say
with
this is for menopause.
This is for not for menopause. I have two. I have one for one who wants to give birth. And one for one who is dealing with menopause. Okay. Why I focused on the menopause is the estrogen is going down, so her libido is going down. Okay. Sorry that hataki kushout sana. Yes. But remember, during menopause, there are some women whose libido does this.
Oh.
Yes.
And you can never predict your menopause.
You cannot. Yes.
You just walk to it and face it as it comes.
Yes.
And deal with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and also for both men and women, if you want to work on the quality of your sex, drink enough water. Because you need discharge, you need the semen. Water is very important. Probiotics, fermented products, balance your bacteria. Kama tumbo yako ni mbaya, ukienda pale sasa sinajua kutakuwa na shida.
Before we conclude, I wanted us to touch on the discharge.
Yes.
What it means, because I think I'm speaking for some women, if not most.
Okay.
We just see something on the panty liners, and we are
which we never even look.
We never even look. Yeah.
We only notice when it's bloody.
Yes. When we are on our periods, but every other time, any other discharge.
Hakuna wamama waliniambia hata hawaangaliangi periods pad yao after ametoa. You need to look at it.
Why?
You need to know that blood is talking to you. There are days when it is red, ile fine red. Then there are days that is clotty, naka liver.
What do I do about it?
See, you know.
I just know. So after checking, today is dark, tomorrow is red, the next day is little, then there's a big clot, the another day there's nothing. How will it help?
Then there's nothing much I can do. You will understand your hormones and how they're operating. Then you will notice when there's a problem, when things are not normal.
Okay.
You will know. There are days that even you'll have your periods and the smell of the blood is totally different from this other one. When you have other yeast infection and UTIs, the blood will smell totally different.
Oh, so I need to know what is normal.
Even our long call, you need to be checking your stool.
No, you're going too far. Now you're going too far. I check my baby's stool.
Why do you check your
because
baby's?
I need to know if he's okay.
Exactly. Even
why? You're going too far. Do you know how busy we are? Young girl.
I know you're too busy. You need to check if it is bloody, if it has if it has the mucus, if it has cobwebs.
How do I
you
check?
Will know the parasites that you have.
And it's already in the water.
Yeah, you would have before flash.
Before I flash, I check.
That's your last show. Nilienda kuna watu waliuliza mtu atarukaruka aje.
You told women to jump and they said, is it a competition? Why are we jumping?
Wengine akasema timatiti zitaumia.
And you told us to hold fast.
Yani.
Okay. So I need to check for the discharge.
Yes.
What is normal?
Our discharge keeps changing. And that's why we have to keep checking. And if you're like me, you had a hysterectomy, my discharge is never there.
Oh.
And I also don't have my periods. So that tells me, because think about it, where do the periods come from? Like
you
this.
don't have periods.
Yes.
And you can teach us how to deal with period cramps.
Because I was once there.
Yeah.
And then now I'm in a different area. So your discharge keeps changing depending on the time of the month.
Okay.
So I'll start with during ovulation, which is on the 12th to 14th day. And incidentally, we think ovulation process, the moment the egg is released, takes less than 3 hours. But that the sperm, the ova, the 3 days are the grace period. And ndio wanasemanga sijui kitaka kuconceive msichana, sperm inakuja the 14th day utapata msichana. Sijui kikaa it will be a boy, those things. So ovulation is when the discharge is looking like the mucus. I think that's the easiest example I can give. It's not clear like this happy vagina. It's not clear like water.
It's not clear and it's not white.
And it's not white. And it's also very slimy. How will you know when you're ovulating? One, there are people who experience pain, but it should not be pain. It should be for a period. Wale watu wanaumwa sana mpaka wanalazwa kwa hospitali, they have other conditions. Hormonal imbalance, PCOS, endometriosis, anything. So when you are ovulating, your skin changes. You glow. Most women, their breasts are sore. Ama ziko friendly, ziko tender. Yes, ziko You feel very sexy during your ovulation. That's when you wear bright colors, nice to dresses. Why? Because God created you to be, when you're on ovulation, you attract a man.
Oh.
So a man who loves you knows when you're ovulating because he will smell you. The natural, beautiful discharge during ovulation smells nice to a man so that he can be attracted. So it doesn't have a bad smell. It has a unique smell, and every person have their own smell. So that is the ovulation discharge. Immediately after ovulation, the egg has been released and there's no sperm that has come, then you're not able to conceive, and the body is preparing. You see, the body had prepared, it was ready, the uterus was ready to receive the baby, but it's not there. So the discharge changes and looks like maziwa mala. Hivi iko sticky, but it's not as white as maziwa mala. It is off white and then iko sticky. Ukifanya hivi, so unafaa ukienda pia kwa choo unaosha mikono, unaangalia the level of your discharge. Iko sticky. Just inaenda for some few days, then your periods are preparing. You can have brownish before your periods. Kuna watu wanapata brownish, then ikianza periods inakuanga kuna watu iko light red na kuna ingine iko dark red, then the last day itakuwa very light red. But before your ovulation, it is still sticky. So you can only have several discharges: the sticky one, the mucus one,
the yogurt one,
the sticky one. Yes, the sticky one. The brown one, you can have it as red, and then there is the normal one. This one, it is clear, doesn't have any smell, doesn't feel anything unless you are triggered. When you are sexually aroused is when you will feel inateleza. But the rest of the time haifai kukusumbua. Haifai kunuka, haifai kujikuna. But when a man knows you, he will know when it's your normal discharge. And he's attracted by that smell, by the way.
Oh.
Yes.
You just reminded me, there's someone I talked to today who has periods for a whole week.
That one has hormonal imbalance.
Oh. Because it's never happened. Actually, today, I've just remembered. Told me she started last Sunday. It's now a week, and today is Wednesday, Tuesday.
Every viewer who is watching us and is a woman, remember, even sometimes your diet can change your periods cycle. Remember, when you're under stress, any form of stress will change the cycle. if you're on any medication, it can change the cycle. Whether it can change the cycle. So that's why I'm saying understand your body.
Why?
Understand even
your body.
The amount of, like, easy vitu tunaita disgusting. Let's make friends with them because your poop tells me the whole story. Your skin tells us the whole story. Your urine.
You have to convince me.
Yes, your urine.
Tells me the whole story.
Unaangalianga ya mtoto wako. Why? What's so disgusting
because
about
there's a diaper,
yours?
there's its hair. It's available.
And you actually, you even dance when you even sing and you're like, oh, wow.
When I call home, I'll ask, has he pooped? What's the color? How many times has he pooped?
So how come we love our children this much, we take care of them, but us we don't? But when you come to to me as a doctor, when you, as many times as you eat, if you eat 10 times, you poop 10 times. But when you come to hospital, when you have a tummy ache and you're told to poop, do you feel disgusted?
No.
So
I feel embarrassed.
Alafu mwenye anapelekeanga si anaangalianga.
Yeah.
He's just getting the story of your stomach through that poop. So instead of taking it to someone else, be checking.
Yeah.
Inafaa kukaa ka sausage kazuri.
Bye. But what I've learned today is just to know me.
Yes.
And before I get instant medication or anything, I need to know the why.
Yes, before you even come to me, before you go to your doctor, don't give them all the power over your body, and you don't even understand your body.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll talk about avocados.
Yes.
And we had said we'll talk about fibroids as well.
Yes.
So you will see so much of Caro on this channel, a lot of Caro, even monthly Caro.
Yes. I am
this
ready.
channel. Thank you so much for your wisdom and your time.
Most welcome.
And thank you for what you're doing to our community.
Thank you for
when they meet me and they want the oil, I will direct them.
Yes, I'm sure now this time they will want camera. You did black seed oil. This is black seed oil.
What does black seed oil do?
I talked about the seeds.
One
of the most powerful seeds that has omega-3, 6, and 9, calcium, it's black seed. But in its natural state, this one is the oil. We have extracted the oil.
Okay.
So in the oil, this black seed oil is able to boost your immunity, cleanse you, and detoxify your body, give you the calcium, all the omega, all the nutrients that you need.
How do I take it?
You can take it as an oil. You can add it to your juice. You can add it to your kombucha. You can add it to your yogurt, whatever.
Okay.
It has an interesting taste. But now with time, with time, I used to sell this black seed oil to some Congolese men. And they kept buying, but they were buying in bulk. I asked them, why do you buy so much black seed oil? Then they came and told me, every time you mix black seed oil in the right amount with honey, as a man, it boosts your amount of energy during sex.
Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. We'll know more of Caro's products. Actually, I was at your shop and I'm like, ooh, I even bought soap. I'm like, there's so much. So we'll keep knowing as we keep having these conversations. If you have any question to Caro, if you want to book an appointment, please check the first comment on this video and you'll get to talk to her. Thank you so much for your time once again.
Welcome.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.